All right, so are you ready to go deep?
Always. What are we diving into today?
Well, get this. We're tackling Raja Yoga,
Ooh, nice.
but specifically, the idea of controlling your, get this, psychic prana.
Psychic prana.
Yeah, psychic prana, you heard right.
All right, I'm intrigued.
So we'll be exploring some excerpts from Swami Vivekananda's book on Raja Yoga,
Okay.
and we're going to zero in on Chapter 5,
Chapter 5.
the control of psychic prana.
Sounds intense.
It is, but that's why we're here, right?
That's silly.
To unlock how these ancient yogis believed they could, like, tap into this hidden energy inside.
Yeah, like what's the secret?
Exactly, and trust me, some of these techniques, they might just blow your mind how practical they are, even today.
You know, it is wild how much wisdom is packed into those old traditions.
Absolutely. But
It's like at the heart of this chapter, and Raja Yoga in general, is this idea of bringing awareness to these subtle energies that are like flowing inside us all the time, constantly.
yeah,
The yogis, they called this prana.
prana.
And they believed that, you know, we're so like focused on the outside world
Right, yeah.
that we've totally lost touch with this kind of inner power source.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They say it all starts with mastering your breath.
Whoa, okay, hold on. This is making me think of all that stuff about the breath in yoga and meditation.
Right.
But how does that actually work?
You know, it's a great question.
Yeah.
So the chapter, it really dives into these exercises called pranayama,
Pranayama.
which are all about controlling your prana.
Okay.
So imagine like being able to tune and adjust your internal energy, like you're fine-tuning some complex machine.
Ooh, I love that internal circuitry.
Right. That's what the yogis believed you could do by controlling your breath.
So where do you even start with something like that? I mean,
Yeah.
breathing is just something we do.
You're so right, and that's exactly the problem, right?
Yeah.
The yogis are pointing out, they saw how most of us breathe. It's like all over the place,
Yeah.
shallow. They probably say we're barely breathing at all. So the first step, the foundation, is all about finding a rhythm.
Okay.
To your breath, it's like setting the beat
Okay.
for your entire system.
So like counting breaths or something.
Could be that simple, yeah.
Wow.
The text, it even suggests linking your breath to a word, like Om,
Okay.
to help you find that flow and, you know, really settle into a deeper calmness.
Oh, what'd you say?
And here's a practical tip straight from the yogis. Sit up straight.
Oh, posture.
They were big on posture.
Okay.
They thought slouching actually messed with your energy flow.
It makes total sense. No energy traffic jams, right?
Exactly.
But okay, but is it really all about breathing? What about all those crazy yoga poses?
Well, look, posture is key, no doubt.
Yeah.
But the breath is like the foundation, the
Yeah.
doorway to those more kind of subtle energies. And this is where things get really interesting.
Ooh, lay it on me.
The text, it talks about these energy channels, Ida and Pingala,
Ida and Pingal.
which flow along your spine.
Down the spine, okay.
And then there's this central channel, the
Yeah.
Sushumna, which they believed is basically asleep in most people.
Hold up, wait a minute. So we've got sleeping energy channels now. This is getting good.
It is, right.
So the goal is to like wake this thing up.
You got it, yeah.
Okay.
These advanced pranayama techniques,
Right.
they're all about awakening the Sushumna
Right.
and getting that energy flowing through it,
Okay.
which is supposed to lead to get this higher states of consciousness.
Wow.
There's even this specific breathing technique
Oh, really?
where you inhale through your left nostril,
Okay.
hold it,
Hold it.
picture the energy moving down your spine,
Down the spine, yeah.
and then exhale through the right nostril.
Whoa. It's super specific.
It is.
I'm already feeling a little lightheaded just thinking about it.
That's why the text says, start slow.
Okay, good advice.
Gradually increase how long you hold those breaths,
Right.
always paying attention to what your body is telling you.
Yeah.
And this is where the idea of Oshas comes into play.
Ohas. Okay, so we've got the breath, energy channels, Ohas.
A lot going on.
My brain is doing yoga poses right now, trying to keep
Okay.
up.
I know, right?
So what's Ohas?
So think of Ohas as like the refined, supercharged version of all those other energies we've been talking about.
Okay.
They believed it's stored mostly in your brain.
In the brain.
And guess what it's linked to?
What?
Intellect, spiritual strength, even charisma.
Hold on. Are you telling me the more Ohas I have, the more powerful and magnetic I become?
Well, that's exactly how the yogi saw it.
I'm so in.
Yeah, they even said that like one person's words can be more impactful than another's,
Yeah.
even if they're saying basically the same thing, all because of the power of their ohas.
Wow.
And get this. They believed that all the energies in your body, even sexual energy, can be transformed into ohas.
Wait, what? You're telling me I can turn like that kind of energy into brain power.
That's the idea.
Okay, you have my full attention. Tell me more.
All right, buckle up, because this is where it gets a little spicy.
Okay.
The text makes this pretty bold claim that, if you can control it, sexual energy can be easily transformed into ohas.
Okay.
And this ties into why a lot of spiritual traditions put such an emphasis on chastity.
Right, yeah.
It's not just about morals.
Mm-hmm.
They believe it's about redirecting that powerful energy towards a higher purpose.
Okay.
Like, waking up that sushumna we were talking about and building up your spiritual strength.
Wow. Okay, that's a big idea. So are you saying that by, like, holding back on those urges, I'm essentially, like, supercharging my brain with ohas?
That's the basic idea, but here's the thing.
Okay.
The text is very clear that you should not try these techniques if you're not living what they call a pure life.
A pure life.
Yeah, they're basically saying there could be some real danger
Dangers, whoa.
if you don't have the discipline and the morals to back it up.
So I got to ask, we're talking about redirecting this intense energy, but the text actually warns against even trying these techniques. If you're living, as they say, an impure life.
Yeah.
What do you think they meant by that? What do you think they meant by that?
Right. Yeah, it's almost like they're saying you need like a solid foundation before you start messing around with your internal energy.
Okay.
Think of it like building a house.
Right.
You need a strong base
Yeah.
before you can, add those extra floors.
That's a great analogy. So I'm also curious, is this idea of like, controlling energy, is this a uniquely yogic thing?
Well, it's interesting, actually. The yogis weren't the only ones talking about, harnessing these subtle energies.
Oh, really?
What's fascinating is that these ideas about, prana and the power of the breath,
Right.
they have like parallels all over the world
No,
across different cultures and time periods.
so it's not just an Eastern thing.
Not at all.
Wow.
Think of it like this. Humanity has always been kind of fascinated by the idea
Of a vital life force, something unseen,
Yeah.
that animates us.
Okay.
And cultures around the world, they've developed their own ways of understanding and working with this energy.
Okay, this is blowing my mind. Do you have any examples?
Yeah, sure. So think about traditional Chinese medicine.
Okay.
They talk about qi,
Key. Yeah.
which is their version of this vital energy.
Right.
Or even the ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
They had this concept of pneuma,
Right.
which they believed was the breath of life,
Oh, wow.
kind of spiritual air, that connected everything.
So it's like we're all tapping into some source, just using different like languages and practices.
Exactly. And what's really exciting
Yeah.
is that even like modern science is starting to catch up
Really?
with some of these ancient kind of intuitions about the power of subtle energies.
Wait, really? How so? Give me the science lowdown. Okay, well, consider all the research coming out about the gut-brain connection.
Oh yeah, the gut.
Right. How the bacteria in your gut can actually affect your mood, even your thoughts.
That's crazy.
Or the research on how chronic stress weakens your immune system.
Yeah, okay.
We're beginning to understand that everything in the body is interconnected in ways we never imagined before.
It's like science is validating
Right.
what the yogis and other ancient traditions have been saying for centuries.
In a way, yeah.
Wow.
And what's really cool
Yeah.
is that modern science is providing us with tools and insights
Right.
that can help us like understand and harness these energies
Yeah.
in even more kind of precise and effective ways.
This whole deep dive has been one giant aha moment for me.
I know, right?
I feel like I'm looking at the world and myself
Yeah.
in a whole new way.
That's what's so amazing about, exploring these kind of different perspectives. It opens your mind to new possibilities.
It's like we've unlocked a secret door to a hidden world within ourselves.
I like that, yeah.
So if we bring it back to like Raja Yoga and controlling this psychic prana,
Right.
what's the takeaway for someone like me living in the modern world?
I think the most important takeaway is the power of awareness.
Okay.
The yogis believed that by paying attention to your breath, to the sensations in your body, to your thoughts and emotions, you start to tap into that inner world of prana.
Okay.
It's like tuning into your own internal radio station.
Okay, that makes sense. So where do we go from there?
Yeah.
Is it all about mastering those advanced breathing techniques?
Well, those techniques can be helpful.
Yeah.
But they're just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
The yogis believed that, like, cultivating a pure mind, a strong moral compass, was just as important as mastering any physical technique.
So it's not just about controlling your breath.
Right.
It's about controlling your thoughts and actions, too.
Exactly.
It's like a holistic approach to self-mastery.
Exactly. And, it's interesting to think about, like, how these ideas might apply to our lives today, right? We live in a world that's constantly bombarding us with distractions and temptations.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the yogis were onto something.
Yeah.
With this idea of self-control and discipline.
It's like they're saying, hey, if you can master your internal world,
right,
you can master your external world, too.
Exactly.
I love that.
Right. And I think that's a message that's incredibly relevant today, even if we don't, frame it in the same way the yogis did.
Right.
It's about finding that inner balance, that sense of peace and clarity amidst all the chaos of modern life.
So instead of getting, like, swept away by all the external noise, maybe we should all be spending a little more time, like, tuning into our own internal energy.
Exactly.
And that prana that's flowing within us.
I couldn't agree more.
Maybe the ancient yogis were onto something.
Yeah.
With this whole psychic prana thing, after all.
Maybe they were onto something big.
Yeah, I think they were.
This has been a fascinating deep dive.
It really has. What are your final thoughts?
I think the key is to approach these ideas with a sense of curiosity and an open mind. Yeah. Not everything will resonate with everyone. Right. But there's definitely something valuable here. Yeah. For anyone who's interested in exploring the deeper dimensions of themselves.
Well said. So to all you listeners out there, if you're feeling inspired, why not take a few minutes today to just sit quietly, pay attention to your breath, and see what you discover.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by what you find.
You never know what hidden treasures lie within.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
We'll leave you with that thought.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's like not just ancient wisdom, it's like we're hardwired for this kind of energy awareness.
It really seems that way. And think about it. Yeah. Even though we're talking about ancient yogis in these, traditional systems,
right.
There's a modern parallel that's pretty mind-blowing.
Ooh, I love a good parallel. Lay it on me.
Okay, what if I told you that even our technology is starting to kind of reflect this idea of manipulating energy flow for a specific outcome?
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Tell me more.
Think about how we use electricity.
Through electricity, yeah.
We've learned to harness and direct this invisible force to power our devices, to create light, to communicate across vast distances. Yeah. It's all about manipulating energy flow, just on a different scale.
Oh, that's a really cool way to look at it.
Right.
So in a way, we're all like modern day energy manipulators, whether we realize it or not.
Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, by tapping into these ancient practices and combining them with our modern understanding, we can learn to manipulate our own kind of internal energy with even greater precision and awareness.
Okay, now I'm really getting excited. What would that even look like?
Imagine being able to consciously direct your energy to boost your focus when you need it. Yeah. To calm your anxiety in stressful situations. To enhance your creativity. And problem-solving skills. Yeah. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
This is starting to sound like a superpower.
It is, right.
But let's be real for a second. How much of this is actually achievable? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Yeah. I think the key is to approach this with a healthy dose of skepticism and a willingness to experiment. Not everything you read in these ancient texts is going to be literally true or applicable to modern life. Yeah. But there's definitely something valuable here. Yeah. Something worth exploring.
It's like a treasure hunt. Sifting through the ancient wisdom to find those golden nuggets that we can apply to our lives today.
I love that analogy. And remember, the journey itself is part of the reward. The more you explore these ideas, the more you learn about yourself.
Right.
And the incredible potential that lies within you.
This deep dive has seriously blown my mind.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
I feel like I've been given a whole new toolkit.
Right.
For navigating life.
Yeah.
Any final words of wisdom?
If you're intrigued by any of this, my advice would be to start small. Okay. Try incorporating some simple breathing exercises into your day. Yeah. Pay attention to how your body feels, like when you're stressed versus when you're relaxed. Start to notice those subtle energy shifts within yourself.
And maybe even try visualizing that Sushumna energy channel lighting up.
I love it.
Who knows? Maybe we can all unlock our inner yogic superpowers after all.
You never know until you try, remember. The power is within you.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.
Of course, it's been a pleasure.
And to all you listeners out there, keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning and keep unlocking your own amazing potential.
Absolutely.
Until next time.